don't know if there's nothing much major than Benson officially being added to the roster. I mean, we kind of already knew about him, picking Florida State, but officially added to the roster. But I think the biggest thing here, and I think James will probably agree on it along with Jason, is that he's going to be enrolling early in the spring, which is, I think, huge for him, kind of getting the system down. Also being able to see, the biggest question is all about health, and obviously as it should be, but, he's now going to be enrolling and being able to participate in the spring. So that's one thing that I think the staff has done a pretty good job on, at least with this cycle, is getting a lot more guys than last year early enrolled so they can start understanding the system and really get with Coach Storms too and build on their bodies. But definitely for Benson, who needs to kind of get the system down. He's more of a power back and try to understand the system and, see how that leg is feeling, man. To be able to see him in person for an extra couple months, I think will help. And but nothing too crazy this week except for Benson. James, what's your kind of thoughts on Benson? Because we talked about him last week, me and Jason did. But what are your thoughts on him? Because I know you're on the Twitter webs, you're in the Discords, so you know how it is. Social media wasn't happy about this one, but I'm interested to get your take on it coming from a actual former football player.
I mean, it's the craziest thing is that every year, like my parents, and I'm sure Mark, even though Mark is very good looking to be a little bit slightly older than us, but every year I'm realizing that time really does fly. And it was 20 years ago, this fall is when I enrolled. Well, I was enrolled in the summer, but I played my first games at Florida State. But I played with a guy by the name of Greg Jones. And Greg was a monster in 2002. Tore his ACL. Really, they think he tore it slightly after the Miami game. I remember Billy Sexton used to be like, yo, I wish, because he slapped fire out. I forgot who it was. It was a Miami defender. Hit him late, and he dropped his ass. Might have been Sean T. I don't know. Don't jump me. I just remember that. And the coach was like, I wish the referee would have saw that to prevent him from playing against Wake Forest. And that's when he tore his ACL. So, like, I say that to say I've seen what happens when you can't come back a year after your ACL surgery. But he went to the GOAT when he was in his prime, James Andrews. And an ACL is nowhere near as devastating as what KZ had. But, it's always interesting. People's rehabs are different. And statistically wise, he didn't really show much at Oregon. But that's why people transfer. The transfer portal is hit or miss. It's an amazing grab bag. You can reach in there and you can grab you a Joshua Corbin. Or you can reach in there and I'm not picking on a young man. I wish the best for him, but you can get an Andrew Parchment, who I thought for sure would have been much more productive at Florida State outside of one play. Iconic as it may be, I thought he would have been better than that. So, but if he's got to make significant playing time this year, we're in a world of hurt. It should be Ward and DJ Williams. If I remember, I'm the young man from Auburn, who I like coming out of high school. I give Williams the nod because he's kind of got that same thing that Corbin had. Corbin's first year was average. Second year, last year, knocked it out the park. So hopefully he's more your power back. But if nothing else, he adds depth to a room that definitely needs it. But I like Coach Johnson, aka Yak. But hey man, it's about time to land a high school running back, bro. A real one, not a athlete, a real high school running back.
James, it was Sean Taylor. I just watched the video. Whenever Greg
was it after when Sean got him on the sideline?
I don't know. I just got this video here on FSU.
How the hell do y'all do? I need you. There's 10 clips from my FSU career that I would really, really like to see. I've only seen 3 of them. I need the other 7. If you can find the touchdowns, Logan, please do. I just need to see those so I can show my son that I really did play.
You did do that.
You had the greatest moment ever, the touchdown against Miami in 2005. Arguably the greatest. I'd put it top 5 moments in Florida State history. There's the 3 national titles, James Coleman's touchdown, probably Janikowski kicked a field goal against NC State. Those are the top 5 moments I'd probably say in history of Florida State. But James, going back to what you're talking about, Florida State last.
I don't like injured players. My bad. Let me just last thing. Out of all the people in the portal, can we find people with 2 legs and 2 arms?
No, we like our Lieutenant.
I don't like misfit toys. I don't like broken toys. Like, but yeah.
So, but question for you: this is obviously another running back that we're bringing in, and you can tell that we talked a little bit about this last week, and we talked about how there's been wide receivers who were committed to us or going to other schools and whatnot because they haven't seen Florida State being more of a passing offense. Do you wish Florida State would go out in the transfer portal and go out and get another wide receiver at this rate to maybe try to step up that passing game, or are you confident right now with us being a run-first offense as it appears on the surface?
I mean, I think we did. There was tons of rumors that we were trying to get Burton. It's just very difficult to compete with Alabama. Like, just being real with yourself. Like, like if Nick Saban comes to my door, right, as much as my son loves Florida State, as a concerned parent, if Nick Saban came to my son's door and said, "I want your son, and he's going to start next year," and like you're one of the missing pieces going to Alabama. I mean, it has nothing to do with my love and affinity. It's got everything to do with what's best for the kid.
Which school would you not send your son to? Which school would you not?
There's 2. Well, there's one that he's for. Let me rephrase it. When he's 18 years old, he can do whatever the hell he wants to do. That's his right. I have raised him. At 18, I've done as much as I can to impart wisdom and a sound mind to him. That being said, if he chooses to go to one school, he loses. Like he will be self-made when he can be like these rappers and say, "My daddy ain't did nothing for me," because I'm legitimately pulling everything. I watch him, and I will only watch him play twice in his career live, and it'll be in Tallahassee. Another school he can go to, I don't really mind them as much because I almost went there.
Right.
But one school, he's absolutely not getting any inheritance if he goes to that school.
Say it. Say it. Spill it.
Oh, university. He could go to Florida if he wants to. He just can't come back home.
There we go.
The only time he can come back home is when he has my grandson. That's named James Anthony Coleman IV. Outside of that, I don't care how many kids he has. I have one grandson. And his name will be James Anthony Coleman IV. That's all he owes me. Once he gives me what he owes me, hey man, he'll get an inheritance, James Anthony Coleman IV. But the third, we're just gonna skip that on all of this.